In the sleepy town of Chemville, Robert Grayson was a local legend. A brilliant chemist with a wild mane of gray hair and a knack for forgetting where he parked his car, Robert had spent decades in his cluttered laboratory on the outskirts of town. The lab was a chaotic wonderland. Glass beakers bubbled over open flames, machines hummed with purpose, and shelves sagged under the weight of jars filled with powders and liquids in every shade imaginable. Known for his groundbreaking work with the periodic table, Robert was as famous for his quirky sense of humor as he was for his science. But on one crisp Tuesday afternoon, that quirky light went out forever. The call came just after lunch. Robert's assistant, breathless and panicked, dialed the police from the lab's ancient rotary phone. When officers arrived, they found Robert slumped over his desk, his glasses askew and a trickle of blood staining the wooden surface. A heavy microscope lay toppled nearby, its base smeared with crimson. The likely murder weapon. A shattered beaker had spilled a greenish liquid across the floor, and the air carried a sharp metallic tang. Someone had struck Robert Grayson on the head, killing him instantly. The scene suggested a sudden, violent act, but the killer had been careful. No fingerprints marred the microscope, no muddy footprints tracked across the tiles, just an overturned chair and that broken glass. Then, one officer spotted something clutched in Robert's hand. A crumpled piece of paper. It was covered in his familiar loopy handwriting, listing 5 chemical substances: oxygen, carbon, nickel, lanthanum, sulfur. At first, it seemed like a fragment of his latest experiment. Robert was always jotting down ideas, but Detective Clara Henshaw, the sharp-eyed investigator leading the case, paused. Robert loved riddles. He'd once hidden a colleague's lab notes in a puzzle that took days to crack. Could this list be more than it seemed? A final message from a dying man? Stay tuned for part 2, if you dare.